If you've ever checked your bank account before buying groceries, this is for you. Not the cut back on lattes crowd, not the just save 20% of your income crowd. I'm talking about when your income is unpredictable, your bills aren't, and saving feels like something other people do. A year ago, my friend Maya was there. She's 27, works in marketing during the week, does freelance design on the side. Some months she'd make $4,000. Other months barely $1,800. On paper, she wasn't broke. In reality, she had $0 saved, one flat tire away from panic. Every time she tried to get serious about money, she'd make a big plan. Budget everything. Aim to save 20%. Track every dollar. It would work. For about 2 weeks, then a slow freelance month would hit. She'd dip into whatever she'd saved. Feel like a failure and quit. Sound familiar? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Saving 20% works when your income is stable and your expenses are predictable. But what's 20% of chaos? When your income swings wildly, percentages don't build habits. They build frustration. So we did something embarrassingly simple. We created what I call the $20 rule. And before you roll your eyes, yes, it's that basic, but it works. The reality. Most advice ignores right now. Nearly half of young adults are living paycheck to paycheck. A huge percentage couldn't cover a $1,000 to $2,000 emergency without going into debt. And it's not because they're lazy, it's because traditional advice assumes financial stability. But gig work, freelance contracts, side hustles, that's the norm now. Your income might look like this: $250 from a weekend shift, $1,200 from a project, $90 from delivery work, nothing for 5 days. How do you apply a clean percentage rule to that? You don't. You build consistency somewhere else. The $20 rule. Here's the system. Every single time you receive money, any money, you transfer exactly $20 into a separate savings account. That's it. Not 20%. Not whatever's left over. Not if I can afford it. Exactly $20. Paycheck? $20. Freelance invoice? $20. Side hustle payout? $20. Birthday cash? $20. The amount you earn can fluctuate. The habit doesn't. Why this works, and why percentages don't. When Maya first heard this, she said, "That's not going to make me rich." Correct. That's not the point. The point is identity. When you're broke, you start to believe, "I'm just not someone who saves." And once that story takes hold, every action reinforces it. But something strange happens when you successfully move $20 over and over again. You start thinking, "I save money." It sounds small. It isn't. Behavioral psychology shows that identity-based habits are dramatically more sustainable than outcome-based goals. Save 20% is an outcome. Every time I get paid, I save $20 is an identity ritual. Maya didn't need more math. She needed proof she could follow through. The first 60 days. The first month, it felt almost silly. She transferred $20 manually every time she got paid. Not automated. Manual. Why? Because automation builds systems. Manual builds awareness. You need to feel the action. You need your brain to connect. I got paid, then I saved $20. By the end of month 1, she had about $160 saved. Not impressive, but it wasn't zero. Month 2, something shifted. Instead of dreading the transfer, she started expecting it. She'd get paid and almost immediately think, "Okay, $20. The habit was installing. By month 4, she crossed $500. That's when the real change happened. Not financially, psychologically. Panic versus peace. Here's the difference no spreadsheet shows you. The difference between $0 saved and $500 saved isn't just $500. It's the difference between "I'm screwed" and "I can handle this." When her car battery died, she didn't swipe a credit card. She transferred from her savings. No interest, no spiral, no shame. And because she'd built the habit, she rebuilt the fund faster the second time. That's the compounding effect nobody talks about. The gig economy advantage. If your income is unpredictable, this rule becomes even more powerful. Let's say you have 3 income events in a week: $150 delivery shift, $600 freelance job, $80 tutoring session. Under percentage rules, you'd constantly be recalculating. With the $20 rule, 3 payments equals $60 saved. Simple. You remove the emotional decision-making, and when decisions disappear, consistency increases. How to set this up properly. Step 1. Open a brand new savings account, not your existing one, not the account you've dipped into for years. New, empty, zero balance. Name it something meaningful. Freedom Fund, no panic account, buffer, whatever resonates. Step 2. Define your trigger. For most people, it's every time I get paid. For gig workers, it might be every completed job, every payout notification. Every time income hits your checking account, make it clear and simple. Step 3. Do not automate it in the beginning. This is counterintuitive, but you're not optimizing interest. You're building identity. Step 4. Make your first $20 transfer before the day ends. Momentum matters. The progression plan. The $20 rule is phase 1. Level 1. Build the habit. Don't increase the amount yet. Just stay consistent. Level 2. When $20 feels easy, test $30 or $40 occasionally. Level 3. Target $2,000. Why $2,000? Because statistically, that covers the majority of common emergencies. Car repairs, medical bills, travel for family issues. Level 4, 3 months of expenses. But don't think about level 4 yet. Your job right now is proving you can move from zero to consistent. The trap to avoid. Do not compare yourself to someone with $50,000 saved. You're not competing with them. You're competing with the version of you who had nothing. And don't quit if you have to withdraw. Emergencies happen. The win isn't never touching the money. The win is rebuilding without shame. The real outcome. 7 months in, Maya had around $1,200 saved. Again, not life-changing money. But she told me something that stuck. For the first time in my life, I don't feel fragile. That's what this is about. When you have even a small cushion, you negotiate differently. You say no to bad clients, you take calculated risks, you sleep better. That confidence compounds. A reality check. If you can't consistently move $20 when you get paid, you're not ready to worry about investing, crypto, or optimizing credit card points. Master this first. Because wealth isn't built from intensity, it's built from repeatable behavior. The $20 rule won't make you rich, but it will make you someone who saves. And once that identity locks in, scaling becomes easy. So here's the only question that matters. Are you going to try it? Not next month, not when income is better. Today, open the account. Move the first $20. Because the hardest part of building savings isn't math. It's breaking the story that says you can't. And once you break that, everything changes.